Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hoggcast. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I certainly am. Okay, what do we have for you on video 1 today? We have for you the articles of impeachment, again, being delivered by these useless, overpaid people, these Democrat representatives, Democrat senators, this crew of overpaid, useless people who think they're important, who are elected on all of these promises to help the people, yet as soon as they're elected, they just get involved in swamp partisan politics. How does any of this help the American people? Now, they are delivering the articles of impeachment against a private citizen, Donald Trump, which should be out of bounds, but you know, because they're Democrats, nothing is out of bounds. Whenever it's them doing it, it's, quote, it's different. That's something you always hear. When a Democrat does something, it's different. That's the phrase you will always hear. In other words, they're allowed to do it, you're not. They will do it, you won't. So we're going to watch a couple of clips of this sham, and we're going to have my thoroughly excellent commentary as well as the second round of impeachment, this time against a private citizen, Donald Trump, which should be, and is as a matter of fact, unconstitutional. But when have the Democrats ever cared about that? So let's get into this video. But if you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell and share this video around. We need your help now more than ever to do that, because the powers that be want to section off commentary channels and independent thought. And also, before we start, just like to say I do have a cold, so if I sound a bit bunged up, a bit more nasally than I normally do, it's because I've got a cold. Okay, let's go. Okay, so first we have the Democrats bringing the articles of impeachment against, this is the second round of impeachment, against a private citizen, Donald Trump. And they will come through shortly. Here they come. This is a group of people. This is a group of people who are nowhere near as important to the United States as they think they are. So you can see them walking through. We've got that Sergeant at Arms, I think he's called, of the state capitol building, something like that. He's the Sergeant at Arms. They have all these grandiose names. They're all stood in front of the founding fathers, the very founding fathers they are backstabbing right now. They're delivering articles of impeachment to a private citizen based on a false accusation. Let that sink in. All of the mainstream media are clicking because they're all in for it. Remember, all of these reporters you see down the side, all of these guys, they are all in the camp for the Democrats. Every last one. Let that sink in. So these people are walking purposefully. These people, they do not produce anything. They do not manufacture anything. They do not grow anything. They do not invent anything. They do not educate anyone. They do nothing but walk up and down these halls of Congress like they're important. If these people were to disappear in a puff of smoke, poof, gone, America would continue as normal. People would continue to build things, to manufacture things, to produce things. People would continue to grow things and sell things. life would continue as normal. These are the most overpaid people, least productive people, least honest people in the United States. And they're the ones making all the rules. Look at them, look. Stood like they're important. This is what happens when you have an entire group of people ensconced in an entire city, Washington DC, who just smell their own backside air. And then they all compliment each other on how it smells. They actually believe they are important people. Look at them, look. All stood like they're in the military, like in 2x2. Like they're going into Noah's Ark. All the reporters at the back who are all in for them, of course. Just ridiculous. And you see all these reporters at the back who are all in for the Democrat Party. Now, if they had any evidence that Donald Trump did what they said he did, show us it. Have you noticed they never do that? They never... If they did have evidence, believe me, they would show you morning, noon and night. But they don't. They just want you to take their word for it. They want you to take their word for it that Donald Trump did what they said he did and is what they say he is. One reporter seems to be complaining about the fact he has to sit on a stool or something. He was probably expecting a throne. A group of the most useless human beings that think they are doing some sort of service. I wonder if they campaigned on these platforms when they wanted to get elected. I don't think they did. I think it was, oh, we're going to do jobs and we're going to do healthcare and oh, this, that and the other. And as soon as they get into Washington, DC, once they get into the swamp, all they're concerned with is partisan impeachment games, political games. You've seen yourself how, now that Biden's elected, miraculously places like California and Michigan are suddenly opening up again. These Democrat politicians let your lives, your livelihoods, your business, your families, your quality of life fall into the dirt just to spite the orange man. So it does appear like the articles of impeachment, the second one, have now been delivered. This time against a private citizen, which is, of course, unconstitutional. But hey, when has that ever bothered the Democrats? And what about the Republicans? Let's be fair here. Let's throw some shade at Republicans. Where is their spine? There are far too many Republicans who are fair weather friends. They're friends with Donald Trump when they think it's going to benefit them. They're friends with Donald Trump when he's flying high. Yet as soon as he needed them to protect him, as soon as he needed them to cover him like he covered them, like he went out on a limb for them, they were nowhere to be seen. This is why the Republican voter needs to be different to the rhino politician. The only good person in this entire shot is that officer. There. He's the only worthwhile person here. The rest have been smelling their own you-know-whats for too long, and they've came to the conclusion that it smells good. It smells important. It smells of impeachment. That's a flavour the Democrats like. They like that flavour. And hey, look, if you can impeach private citizens after they've left the office, let's impeach Bill Clinton. Let's impeach Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton. Let's impeach them all. Why not? That's the precedent that's been set. That's the standard that's been set. Why not? Okay, so the impeachment kings and queens have done it. They've handed over the article of impeachment, which is like the biggest, most important document in all of human history. These people think that they have just drafted and delivered something that's on a par with the Bible, or the equations of Isaac Newton, or Albert Einstein. These people believe that what they've done is on a par with inventing the steam engine, or discovering penicillin. That's what they think. Now they go marching off 2 by 2 into Noah's Ark, which they didn't build themselves because they haven't got the know-how. These people, they couldn't build a cardboard box. They couldn't tie their own shoelaces together. They need help with it. They actually think they're doing something that benefits the American public. So that's it. I think we'll end here because that's their job done. They went over, they handed the articles in, and now they've come back. That's their day's work over. Whilst you're out there, you bricklayers, you carpenters, you electricians, you baristas, you cold storage production office workers, you office workers, you warehouse operatives, whilst you work your fingers to the bone for a fraction of what these people, quote, earn, that's their job done for today. All 16 minutes of it. They went in, they handed the articles in, and then they came out. And then we have the footage from inside the chambers when the glorious article that is the most important document in all of human history arrives.
Hear ye. All persons are commanded to keep silent on pain of imprisonment while the House of Representatives is exhibiting to the Senate of the United States an article of impeachment against Donald John Trump, former President of the United States. Hear ye.
She's the acting sergeant, so she's talking about in pain of imprisonment. And she said, Donald John Trump, former president, he's a private citizen. They're talking about imprisoning other people, right? What? Listen, get this into your head. What they're doing is unconstitutional. Impeachment is meant to be used for elected officials like a president who has committed, quote, high crimes and misdemeanors. You're meant to have evidence, and it exists to remove someone from office. He's not in office anymore. It is unconstitutional. And it goes deeper than that, because they are accusing him of something he didn't do. They have essentially acted as judge and jury. The case itself is unconstitutional, as I said, because he's not a sitting president, and they haven't brought forth a shred of evidence, because there isn't any. Just think about all that. Just imagine. Play the game of imagine if the Republicans did it. Just think of that. Horrendous. Horrendous. I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you guys think about this ridiculous charade in the comment section below. If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video around. That'll help me stay competitive with the likes of CNN and MSNBC, who will be your only choice if they have their way about it. Sorry about my throat and my nose. I'm a bit bunged up today, but I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.